Shalom. In today's video, I want to talk about what it means to not lean on your own understanding. Something that I've learned through the course of my life is that most of the time, maybe not all the time, but most of the time, 90-something% of the time, life doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute. It doesn't add up, especially when we're talking about God and we're talking about faith. Almost 90-something% of the time, you're going to be led to someone or something that, look, it just doesn't make sense. Whether we're talking a location, a career of some kind, a lot of times we just don't even think about, God knows us better than we know ourselves. And we have to trust him. We have to trust that he knows what's good for us. And we can't keep denying and fighting the thing that brings us joy. We can't get all caught up in the details, the statistics, how old someone is, or how young someone is. Or does someone have kids? Do they not have kids? Have they been married? Have they not been married? We can't. We got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. Look, I like to use this as an example, right? Let's look at Tom Brady, NFL quarterback. Okay, he clearly didn't have all the intangibles when he was doing the pre-draft workout for him to get drafted in the NFL, right? There were so many other talented quarterbacks ahead of him, right? They had more skills or tangibles, right? Whether they were taller or they were built a different way or a certain way. But look, he's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. Most people you ask that nowadays, they're going to say Tom Brady. And that's the thing. That's the thing, right? That's the thing with life. We have got to get away from this notion, this mindset in society where we judge everyone, whether it's their height, whether it's their lack of experience or the age they are, or we got to get out of that. And we got to look, especially as Christians, maybe not the world, obviously you can't expect the world to think this way, but as Christians, as fellow Christians, we have to go with the flow. We have to, you know what I mean? We have to embrace what brings us joy and makes us happy. And look, and like I said, most of the time, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense where God is leading you, who God is leading you to. Most of the time, it's almost always a head scratcher. But that's what faith is. That's what faith is. You don't always know, right? But in your heart, even though there's no knowing, there's no, the statistics are what the statistics are regarding someone, right? Even though that, it is what it is, we still have the choice. We have to get to a place where we just obey. We surrender to it. It overtakes us. We breathe it in, right? I mean, we have to get to a place where You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain this, but um, we can't be afraid of the goodness of God. We can't be afraid to get close, to really find, you know, what it is He's trying to do. You know, and God is so good. He's so good. He's He's amazing, and I witness His love every day. Every day, it's just there's no better thing than it, and I would just encourage you to to really dive into Him and His love. Um, it's a real thing, and it's just so good. And anyhow, I just want you to know that God loves you, and He has a plan for your life, and God bless you. Shalom. Bye-bye.